Today's video is all about how to sign up for the CPA exam if you are not a US citizen and are an international CPA candidate. So I'm looking at you, Europe, Asia, Africa, the Americas, and yes, even you Canadians. This video is for you. Welcome to episode 3 of CPA Guide.tv. My name is Brian Kessler and I am a licensed CPA in the state of Missouri. I am also the creator of CPAExamGuide.com and the Ultimate CPA Exam Guide Review System. Now, today's video is for international CPA candidates. So how do you sign up? What are the hoops that you got to get through? And what state should you even sit for the CPA exam? Because some states will not allow you to sit for the CPA exam if you are not a US citizen. So how do you get around all these hoops? That's what today's video is all about. So I put together a PowerPoint presentation. I figured this is the best way to go step by step through all the different options that you have, all the resources that are out there to help you, and so forth. So let's hop behind my computer and get started. Congratulations on your decision to become a US CPA. So as an international student, there are many challenges that you're going to face and several different situations that you might fall under. So I identified 7 of them and I am 99% positive that you will fall into one of them. So let's go into the details behind each particular situation that you might fall under. So if you are an international student in accounting or finance, or have a US work visa and live in the USA, you are absolutely good to go as long as you got your education in the US. Now, if you completed part of your education outside of the US, you're still okay, but you will have to send your transcripts to a credential evaluation agency so that they can translate the transcript and ensure that the education you got overseas matches up to the US education that is required of US citizens. And unfortunately, there is a fee involved in this, but there are dozens of credential evaluating agencies that are out there. So feel free to Google credential evaluating agencies and a ton of them will pop up. Oh, and just as a quick FYI, if you receive your full degree in North Carolina or Alabama, you will need to register in a different state to sit for the CPA exam because you are required to be a US citizen in those states. But it's easy enough to find a different state to take the CPA exam in. Now, if you are somebody who holds an H-4 visa and you live in the US, as long as you obtained your degree in the US, then you're okay. But if you received it outside, again, you'll have to go through that credential agency to ensure that your education matches up with the required education credits. Now, 2 common challenges that people who are in this situation come across is that they do not have a social security number. So if you're somebody who doesn't have a social security number or are unable to get one, many states have a social security number affidavit form that you can apply for, or you can just contact your state board and they may grant you an exemption to sit for the exam. Now, the second challenge is that you might not be allowed to work in the US. Now, obviously your visa status is very important, so please don't risk your visa status trying to get eligible to sit for the CPA exam. So I recommend picking a state that doesn't require working experience to become licensed, such as Colorado, Montana, or Guam. Now, you might also try to find a state that allows a non-CPA to supervise you and verify your experience. And if you can do this, then your work from back home, that will most likely make you eligible. You might also try to find volunteer work for an organization where you will be able to work under a CPA. But just a warning is that if the position is normally a paid position, it is illegal to volunteer for free under your visa. So please consult your visa expert if you have any further questions about what you should and should not be doing. Now, the third situation that international candidates may find themselves in is that you are not a accounting major. So if you're a non-accounting major, it's incredibly tough to get the CPA qualification without a lot of accounting coursework under your belt. So technically it is possible for you to become a CPA, but expect to spend a fair amount of time, energy, and money to just get qualified. And again, you have to have the US education credits, or you'll have to get the credit evaluation agency to check your transcript. So The second group of folks who might be trying to take the CPA exam are anybody who's not in the USA currently. So if you live outside the US and you obtained a master's degree in accounting, tax, finance, possibly an MBA, even if it was outside the US, you will be fine as long as you hit that 150-hour education credit requirement for the state that you plan to sit. And again, you will have to use that foreign credential evaluation agency to ensure your credits transfer. So the second situation for folks who don't live in the USA, maybe you received a bachelor degree in accounting from a 4-year university outside the US. So depending on your state, you may or may not need an additional 30 credit hours to sit for the CPA exam. And I guarantee as long as it's not the Virgin Islands, you will need 150 hours to become a licensed CPA. So again, if it's outside the US, you have to have that foreign credential evaluation agency double check your transcript to ensure that your credits transfer to the USA. All right, and the third situation for folks who are outside the USA, anybody who received a bachelor's degree in accounting from a 2 or 3 year university, you will not be eligible to sit for the CPA exam. You need at least 120 credit hours to sit for the CPA exam currently, and this is only a handful of states that don't have the 150 hour requirement. So again, it's very important that you get at least a bachelor's in accounting, preferably a master's or a 5-year program in accounting. And the final option is if you are a chartered accountant or an ACCA holder or some other professional qualification in another country, none of those certifications will transfer or help you sit for the CPA exam, unfortunately. So again, you need to fulfill the US education requirements in order to sit for the CPA exam. So I really hope that this helped clear up some of the confusion for you. There's still a lot of details and a lot of variation between all the different states. So again, please do your research. Just use this video as a guide. Google the state board of accountancy for whatever state you're looking to sit in, and they will help you step by step figure out what you need to do, what documentation you need to get, and whether you're eligible to take the CPA exam. So best of luck, and I really hope this was useful. There's a ton more details over on the today's show notes, which you can find at cpaguide.tv/international. I put together an entire blog post about everything you need to know, so you can go there for further reference. Oh, and one last thought. If you need some additional help, like multiple choice questions, study tips, videos on how to actually study and pass a CPA exam, I highly recommend that you check out ultimatecpaexamguide.com. So you can go there, sign up, its registration is free, and I'll start sending you jam-packed emails full of ebooks, videos, my best study tips, and everything you need to know to get a head start on this entire CPA exam process. So I really hope that I can see you on the inside, and I look forward to helping you passing the CPA